Franklin and Flora Gibbs arrive in Las Vegas after Flora wins a promotional contest. Franklin is irritated from the moment they step off the bus. He sees the city as a den of vice, a place designed to prey on the weak-willed. He lectures Flora about the moral decay of gambling, making it clear that he intends to keep their trip short and uneventful. Inside the casino, Flora is dazzled by the lights and sounds. She timidly drops a nickel into a slot machine. Franklin scolds her, but the coin is already in, so he reluctantly allows her to pull the lever. She loses immediately, and Franklin smugly uses this as proof that gambling is foolish. He insists they leave. As they walk away, a drunken stranger stumbles up to Franklin, presses a silver dollar into his hand, and urges him to try his luck. Franklin tries to refuse, but the man forces the coin on him and wanders off. Franklin, annoyed but unable to simply throw the coin away, decides to put it into a nearby high-stakes machine just to get rid of it. To his surprise, the machine pays out a small win. This moment, tiny, accidental, and seemingly harmless, becomes the hinge on which Franklin's entire psyche turns. He pockets the winnings, but becomes visibly unsettled. He insists they return to their room, but his mind is already looping around the machine, the win, and possibility of more. That night, Franklin lies awake, staring at the ceiling. The room is silent except for the faint hum of the casino below. Then he hears it, a distorted, metallic voice whispering his name. Franklin. Franklin. He sits up, sweating. Flora sleeps peacefully beside him. The voice grows louder, more insistent. He tries to rationalize it, but the pull is too strong. He slips out of bed and returns to the casino. There he begins feeding coins into the machine with increasing urgency. He tells himself he's only trying to give back the money he won. He believes the win was somehow immoral and he must undo it. But he plays, becomes more frantic. He loses repeatedly. He mutters to himself. He accuses the machine of toying with him. By the time Flora finds him, Franklin is drenched in sweat, trembling and completely consumed. He refuses to leave. He insists he's on the verge of a big win. Flora pleads with him, but he barely hears her. When Franklin finally inserts his last dollar, the machine jams. The reels freeze. No payout. Franklin snaps. He shakes the machine violently, screaming that it cheated him. Security drags him away as he rants the machine is still alive and it's tormenting him on purpose. Back in the hotel room, Franklin is a wreck, paranoid, exhausted, and trembling. Flora tries to comfort him, but he insists the machine is coming for him. He hears the voice again, louder, closer. Then, improbably, the slot machine appears in the hallway outside their room. It rolls toward him on his base, its coin slot twisted into a grotesque grin. Franklin backs away in terror, stumbling through the room until he crashes through the window and falls to his death. The final shot shows the machine back on the casino floor, motionless and silent, its appetite satisfied. Everett Sloane, October 1st, 1909 to August 6, 1965, was one of America's finest character actors, renowned for his distinctive voice and remarkable ability to portray intelligent, complex, and often troubled characters. Over a career that spanned nearly 4 decades, he worked extensively in radio, Broadway, film, and television, becoming especially associated with the productions of Orson Welles and earning acclaim for his memorable performances in classic films and television dramas. Born in New York City, Sloane discovered his love of acting at an early age after appearing as Puck in a school production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Although he attended the University of Pennsylvania for 2 years, he left college in 1927 to pursue a theatrical career. Early setbacks led him to work on Wall Street, but the stock market crash of 1929 prompted his return to acting, where he soon found steady employment in the rapidly growing medium of radio. Throughout the 1930s, Sloane became one of radio's biggest performers, appearing in thousands of broadcasts on programs such as Bulldog Drummond, The Shadow, The March of Time, and numerous dramatic anthologies. His rich, expressive voice made him a favorite for authoritative, sympathetic, and villainous roles all alike. This success brought him to the attention of Orson Welles, who invited him to join the legendary Mercury Theater. There, Sloane became a regular member of Wells's acting company, participating in both stage productions and radio broadcasts. Sloane made his greatest cinematic impression in the classic film Citizen Kane, portraying the loyal business manager Mr. Bernstein. His warm, understated performance remains one of the film's emotional anchors and introduced him to movie audiences worldwide. He reunited with Wells in Journey into Fear, and later gave one of his finest performances as the sinister, crippled attorney Arthur Bannister in The Lady from Shanghai, opposite Wells and Rita Hayworth. Although he rarely received lead roles in film, Sloane became one of Hollywood's most dependable supporting actors. His impressive credits include The Men, starring Marlon Brando, The Enforcer with Humphrey Bogart, Lust for Life with Kirk Douglas, Somebody Up There Likes Me, and Home from the Hill, directed by Vincent Minnelli. Television provided Sloane with another showcase for his talents. He appeared in dozens of dramatic anthology series and popular programs, including Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Bonanza Rawhide, Zorro, Laramie, and The Andy Griffith Show. He also lent his distinctive voice to the title character in the animated The Dick Tracy Show during the early 1960s. Away from acting, Sloane also enjoyed writing songs and directing for the stage. Colleagues admired his professionalism, intelligence, and meticulous preparation, qualities that enabled him to elevate even relatively small supporting roles into memorable performances. Tragically, Sloane's life ended on August 6, 1965, at the age of 55. Suffering from severe depression and fearing blindness caused by glaucoma, he died from an overdose of barbiturates. His death was a significant loss to the entertainment industry, where he had earned the respect of fellow actors and directors alike. Today, Everett Sloane is remembered as one of the great character actors of Hollywood's golden age, whether portraying the devoted Mr. Bernstein of Citizen Kane, the sinister Arthur Bannister in Lady from Shanghai, or the doomed Frank Franklin in The Twilight Zone. He brought intelligence, emotional depth, and extraordinary versatility to every role, leaving behind a body of work that continues to be admired by classic film and television audiences. Vivi Janis, born Vivian Audrey Jameson, born May 29, 1911, died September 7, 1988, was a versatile American actress whose career spanned stage, radio, film, and television. Although she seldom received starring roles, she became one of television's most dependable character actresses during the 50s and 60s, appearing in dozens of popular series and earning particular recognition from fans of The Twilight Zone. Born in Omaha, Janis grew up in a theatrical family. Her parents toured the Midwest with traveling stage productions, giving her an early exposure to performing. As a young woman, she appeared in Broadway in the 1934 Ziegfeld Follies, where she met future actor Robert Cummings. The two married in 1935, though the marriage ended in divorce in 1943. During the 30s and 40s, Janis established herself as a talented radio performer. Her warm, expressive voice made her a frequent guest on dramatic radio programs, including Gunsmoke, Escape, Suspense, Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, and On Stage. She also provided the voice of Daisy Duck for several Disney productions during that period. As television flourished in the 50s, Janis became a familiar face on American TV. She appeared regularly on series such as Dragnet, Schlitz Playhouse of Stars, Wagon Train, Route 66, Perry Mason, The Virginian, Mannix, Hawaii Five-O, Gunsmoke, Streets of San Francisco, and The Rockford Files. She is also best remembered for her recurring role as Myrtle Davis on the beloved sitcom Father Knows Best. Although her film career was more modest than her television work, Janis appeared in movies such as Kansas City Confidential in '52, 99 River Street in '53, Phantom from 10,000 Leagues 1955, The Fastest Gun Alive 1956, Man on the Prowl '57, and the television film First You Cry 1978. In 1955, Janis married fellow character actor John Larch. The couple remained happily married for more than 3 decades and occasionally appeared together in television productions. Their marriage lasted until Janis's death, making them one of Hollywood's enduring character actor couples. Vivi Janis died in Los Angeles on September 7, 1988, at age 77. While she never achieved major star status, she built an impressive body of work that reflected her professionalism and her versatility. Today, she is fondly remembered by classic television fans for her many memorable guest appearances and especially for her outstanding performances in The Twilight Zone, where her warmth and sincerity provided an emotional anchor amid Rod Serling's tales of suspense and the supernatural. Inspired by Rod Serling's celebrity trip to Las Vegas when The Twilight Zone was first signed, his wife Carol Sterling had good luck at the casino, but he kept losing to a slot machine not unlike the one shown in the show and battled it for a good while. And even though the episode takes place in Las Vegas, it was filmed in California where slots were illegal at the time. The producers had to broker an arrangement with the LAPD to borrow real slot machines that had been confiscated by the police for use in the episode. Said producer Buck Houghton, there was a policeman on the set at all times to make damn sure that somebody didn't take one off and set it up in his uncle's barber shop. As Franklin lies on the pavement, the wide shot shows many pieces of glass on the ground surrounding his head and torso. However, when the coin rolls towards his right hand, that side of his body is nearly free of glass shards. Then the next close-up shot of the coin laying next to his hand shows many pieces of glass in the vicinity of the coin. I think this episode is a fairly heavy-handed lesson on gambling and addiction. The concept is good, but the problem I have with the episode is it seems that Sloane, completely against all forms of gambling, immediately becomes addicted. And I mean immediately. When I realized that this could happen, I just didn't see that type of character changing that quickly. Also, I had a problem with the two characters, Mr. and Mrs. Sloane. Both came off as unlikable and unsympathetic and very one dimensional. I couldn't feel any empathy for his downfall or her mousy and annoying attitude. I give this episode 3 out of 5.